JFK, one of the most mysterious men on the planet. I mean, look at him. Imagine what kind of wacky shenanigans this guy was up to. But even wackier and mysterious and zany than his life was his death. Despite the amount of facts we have about his death, many people disagree on who was actually behind it, with as many as 61% of people believing that there was a conspiracy. The current official ruling is that on November 22nd, 1963, 3 shots rang out during a presidential motorcade in Dallas, Texas. 2 of them struck the former president and 1 hit the governor of Texas in the back.
Shall I stay?
Here is a news bulletin from the CBC television news service. Here is a picture of President Kennedy and his wife taken just before he was shot today in Dallas, Texas. President Kennedy is reported to be fighting for his life in a Dallas hospital, but reports conflict. CBS says he is dead.
The shots were fired from a man-liker Carcano rifle by Lee Harvey Oswald on the 6th floor of the Texas school's book depository. About 45 minutes after assassinating Kennedy, Oswald shot and killed an officer named J.D. Tippit. He then slipped into a movie theater to watch Cars 3, where he was finally arrested. He was killed 2 days later. The mystery of the case and the amount of information held in secrecy by the CIA has caused many to come up with their own theories and spread them like wildfire. In this video, I'm going to be going over one theory in particular, which suggests that the CIA conspired with the Mafia to commit the assassination. Shortly after a failed invasion of Cuba, Kennedy remarked that he wanted to, quote, splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter it to the winds. Shortly afterwards, however, the CIA Deputy Director for Intelligence said, quote, the CIA's relationship with Kennedy was not only a distinct improvement over the more formal relationship with Eisenhower, but would only rarely be matched in future administrations. Despite their claims that they had a great relationship with JFK, 3 high-ranking CIA officials were fired in 1961. Some believe that Carlos Marcello, a major mob boss at the time, created the assassination plot against the president. According to the theory, this was in order to send a message to his younger brother, Robert Kennedy, who was leading an effective campaign against Mafia influence on labor unions. Also according to the theory, Mafia families worked with Joseph Kennedy, JFK's father, to help Kennedy win the election. It only added insult to injury when Robert Kennedy led his assault on organized crime. Anti-Castro Cubans who operated casinos in the area also hated JFK because they felt he failed to try hard enough during the botched Bay of Pigs invasion. Due to the looming threat of defunding, or even dismantling as a whole, the CIA trained both Mafia members as well as anti-Castro Cubans on how to be expert assassins. David Sanchez Morales, an anti-Castro Cuban who was involved in the Bay of Pigs invasion, said that Kennedy had been responsible for him having to watch all the men he recruited and trained get wiped out. He is believed to have recruited Lee Harvey Oswald, who had previous anti-Castro stances, into the assassination plot. They decided the perfect day was November 22nd, 1963, because of the motorcade, and there would be an easy shot from the 6th floor of the book depository. A high-powered rifle would be the perfect tool. When the day came, he took a shot which hit JFK's throat, but he was still alive. He took another, which hit the governor in the back. He took a final shot, which finally struck the president in the head, instantly killing him. Oswald was then caught and brought to jail, where he would await his trial for 2 days. While being moved from the city jail to the county jail, Oswald was shot at close range by a man named Jack Ruby.
He's been shot. He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot.
Many believe that Jack Ruby is associated with a famous Chicago mobster named San Giancana. Due to his connection with the mob, Ruby was assigned to assassinate Oswald, so he could not confess his motives for the assassination of JFK or his connection to the Mafia. It was the perfect crime, and there were no loose ends.
close the door.
What?
Just close it. Here's the thing about the time, okay? There's something about time I want to tell you about. You know about the time? Let me tell you about the time, okay? In 1963, okay, JFK was shot. We all agree on that, right? JFK, you know? Everybody knows about that. So, they try to tell you that it was Patton Oswalt, right? 1963, 3 bullets, okay? But it's actually 4 bullets. But no matter, it's fine. Easy mistake, right? So, I try to look for Mr. Oswald, okay? I look everywhere. I want to see this man with my own eyes. All right, with my own eyes, I want to find him. Okay, but here's the thing: I look everywhere. I scan the documents. I get them all. Okay, I've seen all the documents. Okay, and I look for Oswald. I can't find him. There is no Oswald. It's a conspiracy, and it's going up to the top. Okay, you don't understand. There is no Oswald. What are you talking about? Okay, let me start from the beginning.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Okay, so I look on Netflix, right? Looking for some comedy specials, if you will. Okay, and you know who I see? Patton Oswalt.
It's Lee Harvey Oswald, not Patton Oswalt. You know that, right?
Oh.
Are you okay, buddy? And how did you get in my house? How long were you here?
That's not good.